It is a couple of hours later and I'm about to go on a run and I'm honestly so freaking nervous. I went on one 3-kilometer run last week and I honestly wasn't in any pain, but I went to see the physio this week. She massaged my shins and after that they were hurting really bad and I still kind of feel them, so I'm really hoping that the pain is not gonna flare up too much, but I can be in a little bit of pain, but she said that's okay if the pain fades again quickly, so we'll see. I really hope I'm not going to be in too much pain. I'm going to put on my running shoes and go for a run. I actually had a way more hectic and chaotic work day than I was expecting today. I also just didn't really film that much, but I did go out to my parents' house and I kind of made this sign for Joop's marathon because I don't think I've actually mentioned this yet, but Joop is running his first marathon this weekend, which is really exciting, also kind of nerve-wracking. He says he's not that nervous yet. I am, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but he's running his first marathon, which is honestly so cool. So we're gonna go on his last run right now. He's just gonna join me for the 5K that I'm gonna try and do just to like get his legs moving, and I really hope I can do this 5K. I'm honestly really nervous. I'm gonna go and do some exercises for my shin and then try to go on a run. Good morning. Today is Saturday and we are actually gonna go to the city where Joop is running his first marathon tomorrow because we need to pick up his like race bib, and we actually are going for a coffee with Joop's mom because I also need to get ready right now, but we're going for a coffee because when Joop signed up for the marathon a few months later, this new coffee place opened in that city and I was so excited to try that cafe, and then literally like a week and a half ago or something I actually realized that they're closed on Sunday and the marathon is tomorrow on Sunday. So I was honestly so upset that we couldn't go to that cafe, and then Joop was like, I need to pick up my race number the day before so we could go the day before. So now we still get to go to the cafe and I'm honestly so excited to just have a coffee and a pastry, and yeah, other than that we have a pretty packed day because it's my grandma's birthday today, so that's where we're gonna go straight after we come back. And then tonight I have handball, which I'll probably talk a little bit more about later. But right now I just need to quickly get ready, and honestly something that I really hate, I don't know if people, probably girls, can relate to this, but I hate doing my hair. It's probably like my least, I'm almost out of concealer. My hair is probably like my least favorite thing about getting ready because honestly, if I just like let my hair air dry, it just gets so like puffy. It just doesn't look good. So I kind of always, if I like actually have somewhere to be or something to do, I want to blow dry my hair, but then also blow drying my hair takes just so much time because then you have to blow dry and like either straighten or curl or like do anything with it, and honestly it just takes up so much time and I just also don't really like doing it. So last night I showered and kind of gave myself like a little blowout. It's not really a blowout anymore right now, but if I go to sleep then the next day it's usually really greasy, which I also really hate. And right now it's not too bad yet, but if I like keep my hair like this, later in the day it will get very greasy. I honestly cannot be bothered to like shower and blow dry it again, especially because I also have handball today, so I am already washing my hair tonight. But doing your hair is honestly like my least favorite thing to do. So I'm honestly curious if people like actually enjoy like blow drying your hair because I don't. I also have this Glossier Boy Brow Eyebrow Gel and I barely ever use it because sometimes I feel like there's like a brown color in it, and sometimes I feel like it makes my eyebrows a little bit too dark. But then also I really like it when they're a little bit darker because yesterday I put this on and I didn't take off my makeup. So it's still on, so good product. But I asked Job and I was like, do you see anything like different with my makeup? And he was like, your eyes. Like my eyes were a bit more present, I feel like. And then I was like, no, it's my eyebrows. And then we kind of figured that because the eyebrows are a bit darker, it kind of lifts up your eyes a bit more, which is good because especially like now in the morning, my eyes are usually a bit puffy and like small. So I definitely recommend the Glossier Boy Brow. I'm honestly so excited for tomorrow because I'm just so excited for Job that he's gonna run this marathon because he's obviously trained for it really well and I'm just so proud of him. And I don't think I've ever been to like a marathon before, like to the race, so I'm just really curious like how the whole atmosphere is gonna be because I feel like it's just a lot of like supportive people being really proud, and then the runners are obviously very proud of themselves, and I just feel like it's gonna be a really nice place to be. So I'm really excited. I also, by the way, didn't really have that much pain yesterday with my run. When we were running, my right shin kind of started hurting, but it was also already like a little bit sensitive before because she like obviously massaged it and everything. But honestly, after the run it was fine and I didn't really feel anything anymore, and right now I also don't really feel anything, so that's really good. So now next week I'm gonna start with a 5-kilometer run again, and then later in the week I need to do a 7.5K, and then the next week I already have to do a 10K because otherwise I won't be able to build it up to 21 that fast. And if you're gonna be like, that's too quick and that's not gonna work, I know that it's really quick, but I'm doing it with my physio, so she can advise me on what I can do or can't do. So yeah, I'm honestly really nervous like about the fact if I'm gonna be able to do this half marathon, but we'll see. I'm actually like really warm already, and I think it's gonna be like 20 degrees today, so the weather is gonna be good, very spring weather. So I'm wearing this cardigan from Gina Tricot and just black trousers. Let's let some sunlight in and then we can go for a coffee. Oh, the weather is already really good and the sun is shining, so we're finally gonna have some spring weather. There's a road I know I must go. It is currently 8 AM on a Sunday and we are about to leave to go to the marathon, and I'm honestly so nervous. I think at this point I'm more nervous than Job himself. Yeah, we're gonna go get in the car and go to the start line, and then I guess we'll see. I'm wearing this new top and now I kind of do really like it. To the news, no more. It's the next day and I've been kind of putting it off to put an end to this video because I wanted to talk about it, but I also didn't want to talk about it because there's just some things kind of going on that make me really emotional. So I don't like talking about it too much, but then I also kind of feel like I owe you guys kind of an explanation and like I can't just not film. Basically, I wanted to talk about the marathon, but also on Saturday I mentioned that I was gonna tell you some more about handball because basically I haven't ever really shared a lot of handball on YouTube because I simply just don't film when I play handball. But basically I have been playing handball since I was 6. It's like the age where you're allowed to go on a sport. I have played handball since. I am now almost 24, so that is a very long time. I'm literally gonna cry. I need to freaking stop. Oh, this is so dramatic, but I've been so emotional the past few weeks. But anyways, for the past few months, I've been kind of really struggling with not knowing if I wanted to continue handball. Not because I don't like it anymore, because I literally love the sport so much and it has actually been going really well and I love it so much, but I just really felt like it was kind of not really aligning with like my routines and schedules and like work, and it just put a lot of pressure on like work things and like rest also, because I have handball practice every Tuesday and Thursday, and then I have a match on either Saturday night or Sunday. And the thing with the weekends is just that the season is from like September to April, so you can't really plan like any weekends away, and it just does take up a lot of time. And kind of those like obligations are what were kind of putting me off. Even though I love it so much, I just felt so much pressure because on like Wednesday I'd feel like I have to do work at night and like not being able to rest because I wouldn't have time on Tuesday or Thursday. And I don't know, not having those obligations, I do feel like they can kind of give me a bit more peace, which I feel like I kind of need at the moment. It has been really hard. And also, if you don't care about this, you can skip to this time frame in which I will continue talking about like the marathon and stuff. But it has been so hard, especially because it just makes me so emotional. I've been literally emotional and crying about it for weeks because I just didn't know what to do, because like I said, I love it so much, and I technically don't want to quit, but then also I do. So that's just something that has been on my mind and I've been really struggling with the past few weeks. And as you can tell, I did make the decision to try and quit, and I probably won't notice like the changes of this until the actual new season starts in like September, because now summer is coming and we had our last competition match this weekend, which meant it was my last handball match, which was again very emotional, lots of crying, and I was also really happy, but it was also just emotional. That's just the word for this situation. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at this because I'm gonna get emotional and I don't really have that much else to say about it right now, but I did feel like I should mention it because it has been a really big part of my emotions the past few weeks. And you could say, if you're so sad about it, are you making the right decision? And I genuinely don't know. Like, I absolutely have no idea if I'm making the right decision. Maybe I am, and maybe it will give me peace, and maybe in September I will be like, what a freaking idiot am I? And maybe I'll go back. Who knows? But I do know that it has been hard, so I just felt like I should mention that. And about the marathon, it was so cool. I cannot tell you how proud I am of Job that he ran a freaking marathon and he did it in the 4 hours that he wanted. It actually went pretty well for him. It got really hard around 35 kilometers, which I feel like is kind of a usual point in a marathon where it gets really hard. But he did finish within 4 hours, and I was so proud of him. After that we went out for dinner, but I was honestly so tired, like running around trying to spot him in different places. It was a long day, but it was really fun to see a marathon because, like I said, I've never been to one, and the marathon in Rotterdam was also the same day, and I've been on marathon TikTok the past few days, and honestly it's so inspiring. I might have mentioned that I felt inspired by these marathon videos. I haven't even ran a half marathon, and I don't know if I'll be able to next month. Oh my god, it's next month. I didn't even realize that. But anyways, I haven't even run a half marathon, so I need to like calm down and not talk about a full marathon. But I loved watching these videos. But yeah, the weekend was just really full, but I'm just so proud of everyone that ran a marathon or a half marathon or a 10K. But that's something else that I've been really emotional about recently because my shins are still hurting, and it's so freaking annoying because all I want to do is go on walks and go on runs, and I can't because my shins keep hurting. And I don't want to be dramatic, and I also don't want to like complain too much right now. I already am complaining too much, but walking and running just actually keeps me sane, and I'm just really frustrated that I can't really do it right now because like today I'm working from home and I'm literally inside the house all day, and I just can't like go out for a walk and get some fresh air, and that's just really frustrating. But like I said, I will stop complaining now. Thank you so much for spending the weekend with me. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.